Rocco, in 8 losses when Jay has started, in 6 of them, you've given him a lead at some point. Tonight's the 3-0 first inning lead. How frustrating is it for the whole team to keep giving away early leads?
Yeah, Phil. I mean, anytime you're playing and you get some momentum going, regardless of who's pitching. I mean, we've had games like this with others on the mound too. It is hard, but when you do get some momentum going and then give it back, whether it be at the beginning of the game or really any time, it's big to put runs on the board and then put up a few zeros after that. I mean, that's something that I think can really get everybody, going, and then you have something to really build off of and create a little separation. And we haven't been able to really separate in these games. We've come out early and we've done a good job offensively of coming out early and putting some runs on the board. 1, 2, 3 runs. It's a good way to start a ball game. It usually leads to positive things throughout the game, but we haven't really been able to sustain that, and we have given up those leads. And it feels like we've given them up relatively quickly. So I think that's something that we need to focus on, and that means a lot of things. But we're going to have to put up some zeros when we do put those runs on the board and give ourselves a chance to not be playing deficit games and not immediately give a lead back.
With Jay, what did you maybe see kind of different from him than you did relative to his last start, which went much better?
Yeah, we've talked about this. It's something that I've talked about, but when Jay is commanding the ball well and putting the ball where he wants it, he generally has done a good job for us. And he threw some pitches in some zones where these hitters can do something with them. The Sal Perez swings that we've seen, I mean, that may be a different type of category of discussion. I mean, that was a spot missed by a lot, still not even close to a strike, and is hit in the right field seats. We've seen that one before. And really it comes down to that's not where that's not a pitch that's normally hit out, but it's also not where the ball was intended either. So I think it really comes down to the execution and location for pitches with Jay.
I think you guys were last in the league in home runs given up last year, and you guys are first in the league in home runs given up this year. Is there something you can, I don't know, like a commonality you can point to kind of explain, that trend?
No, it's quite the swing though, Betsy. I would say, no. I mean, some of the personnel is the same. Some of the personnel is different. It's not like I can point to, the staff has given up those. It's not one person that's leading us to that number. And it's certainly an important number. In most games and throughout the course of history, we talk about a lot of things in baseball, and our goal is not just to hit home runs and not just to not give up home runs. But if you're going to get out, if you're going to lead the league in something like that, it's going to be very difficult to win ball games. And I think that really, home run or not, it really just comes down to staying out of the part of the zone where guys can hit the ball out of the ballpark. And I think that's what leads to it.
You ended up using 4 relievers, so I'm almost afraid to ask. You have a starting pitcher tomorrow?
We will in a few minutes, Phil. I'm going to connect with Wes really quickly, and we should have an answer on that very soon. We're not anticipating making any moves, even though we used a handful of guys and some guys in the White Sox series. I think we're going to be okay coverage-wise. I just need to connect with a few people before we make the final announcement.
And what was the discussion with Greg Gibson in the inning where Arise made the play at the plate? It was just before that.
So that was actually we were checking to potentially challenge that call. Obviously, the crowd noise. The fans are back. That's great. It's tough to hear anything when that's the case, though. That's part of the game. But we normally have a clock that is clearly visible. And in this ballpark, we're looking for the clock. There have been ballparks where the clock is pretty hidden from our view. This is one where you actually apparently have to get out of the dugout and look above the dugout up by one of the press boxes to see it. We were just waiting on an answer from the inside, and the time had expired, I think, well before we were able to figure out what we wanted to do on that play. And that's going to happen. MLB's made it, we can talk about this another day, but the time is limited to figure out what you want to do. And if a play is very close, it takes more than 20 seconds from the moment the play ends to figure it out. We apparently were over that time limit. And ultimately we might have lucked out, because if we did challenge that first play, not get it overturned, we would not have been able to challenge the second play. And we were able to get that call overturned for a run. So ultimately it might have worked out okay. I was just talking to Gibby about that, just telling him, Gibby, I can't, couldn't hear you. And also we're looking for a clock. We're trying to do it the right way, and we couldn't see anything from where we're at.
What was the potential replay? It was the tag up play going to third?
Yeah.
Okay.